Hello.
Welcome. So thank you guys so much for your patience. As normal, we are going to start 5 minutes into it. I've put that in the description box below, but I put it to start, just to give everybody some time. I realize like 5 is a weird time for a lot of people. You're just getting off of work and the way StreamYard works. So I'm going to let people go on ahead and come in. Hello to the 11 people. Sorry we didn't do a show on Thursday. I was out of town. I thought I was going to be back in time. And then like on Tuesday or Monday or something, I realized that I wasn't going to be back in time. And then, life.
Life, the game of life. Do you guys ever play the game of life growing up? Like we played Monopoly in life all the time. And I always just wanted to be a doctor and wanted like as many little pink pegs in the back of my car as possible. I never wanted to have a child that was a boy or a blue peg. I didn't need the blue pegs. I need the one right by me, honey, and then just like fill that seat up with a bunch of pink pegs, Wow, did you play life?
No, I didn't. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, I loved life. Yeah. We didn't do our thing. Should we do our thing? Like, what our little intro?
Oh, sorry, I was thrown off. Hey guys, welcome to Say What with Waht and Chris. My name is Waht.
My name is Chris.
And this is episode 18. Sorry, you guys, I have a little bit of a headache is what's going on in my brain right now. I'm a little hungry, so I'm having a lot going on. But
okay.
Thank you guys so much for joining us today. We've got a lot to talk about. Chris was sending me rapid fire a lot of things as per usual. She's always good with the social, with the pop culture and the social medias. I was flying, and this week I traveled to Missouri, where I listened to a lot of Nelly. It was like underlay, mommy, iya, what's popping tonight?
Well, yeah, because I was watching her Instagram stories, honey, and she was hopping in the Air Force One. Big boy, I'm stopping in my Air Force One. Like I love it. I can't even do like Missouri's not Southern, but like that, like I don't know. It's a
feels Southern.
Is it really?
Yeah.
It's like Midwestern, but it's like it's an interesting accent.
Yes.
Go ahead. Sorry. I was like, if you want to go get a little snacky poo before we start, feel free.
I'm trying to orchestrate that, actually. Trying to get Zawai to go.
They'll buy you a snack. I heard that. Was that pastrami sandwich?
Yeah, yes, that's exactly what I wanted.
I know. That was it, when I heard it strikes me out of the blue because I don't think I've ever in the entirety of my relationship with you ever have seen you eat a pastrami sandwich, want a pastrami sandwich. It's never come out of your mouth that you like it would be on your palate. I was like, a pastrami sandwich, honey. Like, now is there a deli nearby? Like, what is striking you like for that pastrami, honey?
Oh no, so it's not okay. I'm not going to say it's not a like because I don't know what it is that you're specifically referring to, but a lot of like. Like the place that by your house that you go to, the Wedge Burger, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
So a lot of like hometown, like burger joints will have a pastrami sandwich. So like this place by my house called Chris's, another place called Tam's, they all sell like a pastrami sandwich. And the one that's best that we have discovered is the one that's at Chris's. And like, growing up, I've always eaten them. It's like a treat. It's never something that I would do all the time because there's so much meat in it and like fat and oil and all kinds of stuff. So like the reason I think why I've never necessarily had it with you was because whenever I am with you, we genuinely eat a different type of fare. It's more of like a fresh, a healthy, just different. I mean, unless we're doing like Popeyes, but we rarely even do Popeyes together. You know what I'm saying? So I would never even think to be like, yeah, Chris, let's get a pastrami sandwich. But here at home, the way I'm feeling right now, I would love a pastrami sandwich.
I would want to talk to you about this for the rest of my life. But Anne, look at that beautiful super chat that you
made. Oh my God. Wow, let's do my intro and then we'll talk about it. Hey guys, welcome to Say What with Waht and Chris. My name is Waht.
My name, Chris.
And this is episode 18. We've got a lot to talk about on the docket. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for the 39 people that are in the room right now. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you for those of you, the 3 of you who are watching on Facebook. Don't forget to like or heart this video. We're going to talk about some pop culture, and we just want to say, Annie, thank you so much. I look forward to these every week, and I actually get to be here live this week. Thanks for doing these. You're absolutely welcome. You are absolutely welcome. Thank you so much, Annie, for being here. And I want to thank all of our, our regulars. We've got JW here. We have got Patricia here. We've got Baba, Baby, Binky, Blanket, aka Bella Jasmine, here in the house these days. Today, we've got Summer of Dragonfly. Hey, girl, hey, haven't seen you in a bit. And everybody else, I've seen a lot of new people. Scorpio is here. Thank you so much for supporting us, Scorpio. Love it. So yeah, there's a lot of names here that I don't normally see. So I want to thank you guys so much for all of that. Whenever any of my moderators come in, please, moderate. Ramsterdam, hi. Hey, girl, hey.
Great people in, and that's Annie. That's so nice. You said you don't usually get to do the lives. Is it too late on Thursdays? Is that why you're here now, or just because that's what I wanted to know? And thank you so much for the very generous super chat. Hi, Angelica. Hi, Yaya. Hi, Lindsay. Anyway, yeah, guys. I'll be honest. On my channel, I did a live last week in the middle of the day that I loved. I think I'm going to start doing some sort of day live because I love a day live. I love the natural light. I feel more up. I kind of like both. There's something kind of like a nighttime live when you're just a little saucy end of the day, but daytime is a whole different feeling. I really truly like both. Oh, thank you so much, Marianne. Lord, that's so sweet. Yes.
Thanks, guys.
So nice. Thank you so much. I hope that you guys had a great week. We're excited to be back. We're, there's been it was a, very eventful week. So what's first on the docket, my boo?
So first on the docket, we're going to talk about Jeff Bezos. So 2 things happened with Jeff. 3 things, really. First thing is this man had a rocket built that looks like an actual dildo.
Yes.
Like an actual penis. That scene in Sex and the City when they're in a Brookstone or whatever, and one of them grabs a vibrator, which is a back massager, and Samantha is like, that is a dildo. And they're like, no, it's a back massager. She's like, honey.
Yeah. Yes.
So that is what that is. Okay.
Yeah,
so
that is a phallus.
Phallic item. A joke was made on TikTok that Jeff Bezos got divorced from his wife and then rode a penis rocket ship to the moon. So there's that. And then next, another picture. Here is the crew that went. So we've got the other Bezos, Mark Bezos, who this is a handsome Bezos, I feel. Mark Bezos, who is Jeff Bezos' brother, he was like, hey, bro, you want to go to the moon? Bro was like, sure. So then there's this 18-year-old Swedish kid, or Finland? No, Swedish kid. Denmark. What are the Dutch? What are people from Denmark? Dutch? Help me out.
No, Dutch is Holland. Dutch is Holland. Denmark, I'm not quite sure. The Danish. No, I don't know. Finnish? No, Finland. I'm not quite sure. How horrible. I don't know.
Amsterdam. What are the people from Denmark called? Let us know. Anyone who knows, let us know. And Danish. Woo, girl, we could have it was why did we not know that? Thank you, Amina.
Danish. It's not Dutch. It's not Dutch or Amsterdam. That's Holland. That's where you're from. Danish.
Oh, so much going on. I don't know what's happening. Danish. Okay. Anyway, so the Danish, the 18-year-old he had the audacity to tell Jeff that he'd never ordered anything from Amazon. And listen, I'm not saying that Jeff should have had any kind of, reaction. He did have a they reportedly he had a taken aback, sort of attitude about it. But I mean, I don't know what it's like in Denmark and Amazon, and he's 18. Maybe his parents has, maybe he hasn't. Who knows? Hi, Jesse. Welcome. Oh my God, Scorpio. Thank you so much. Gotta go. Okay, we'll see you later. It's love after lockup time. I feel you, girl. So Holland and Netherlands is Dutch. Okay, cool.
I know that.
Let's see. Then we've got this 82-year-old pilot named Wally who went with them as well. They were up there for only 11 minutes just to get into that anti-gravity business.
Uh-huh.
And then they came back down. And, it was another joke was made on the internet that it was, 11-minute pump, then a pull out, and come back down. Chris?
Can't stand no 11-minute man. Don't want no 11-minute man. Okay, I'm sorry. I really had to squeeze all those words together. I mean, yeah, that is, anyone who made that, designed that rocket, knew it was a white dick the whole time, knew it. We just all were they wanted it. That whole family looks crazy. I did not know what his brother looked like. His brother looks just, slightly more attracted to him, but that's really only made possible by truly how Jeff looks, but God bless. I mean, Lauren Sanchez, I have a whole fascination with their relationship. I want to deep dive. I mean, I have deep dived into that whole situation where he's now dating this girl named Lauren Sanchez, who was a Fox News anchor, Weather Girl, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Okay, she was married to the head of CAA Endeavor. I think his name is Pat. I forgot his name, maybe Patrick Whitesell or something like that. I'm not quite sure. One of those people, God bless. And then okay, so she's it's a pretty up there situation. They're friends, that couple's friends, honey, and they just are boning behind the scenes. And Amazon says the reason why they started to know that Jeff was boning Lauren was because Lauren owns because she's so rich. At some point you just have all these companies when you're that rich because money begets money, God bless. And that's why you should start investing now. Anyway, moving on. She has a helicopter business, okay? And he supposedly always hated traveling helicopters, wouldn't do it, was scared of it or whatever. And suddenly gotta take a helicopter here, gotta take a helicopter there. It was always using her company or whatever. Anyway, it's this whole race to the moons between the billionaires is so, how do I use the word? Embarrassed. I feel it's embarrassing. It's just so much money and it's such an embarrassing way, there's to do something that you're not advancing. I get, what are you advancing the probability of civilians just taking, trips to this, to space? I guess that's what you're advancing. But you're not doing anything for mankind. You're not doing anything better than what nationally we're doing. You're just kind of I guess building your business empire on some sort of a PR trip or whatever at a time in which I think we could use that money better, which is why Jeff Bezos had the other PR move of the week, which is that he gifted $100 million to the recipient of, so this is Van Jones, who had won an award. Okay, my love, some sort of award. All right, okay. And the other person that won that award was Chef Joe Andres, who pretty much I think is runs fancy restaurants like Bazaar and a bunch of stuff at Vegas. Anyway, gave Van Jones $100 million, and basically it was yeah, just do whatever you want with it. And Van Jones was thank you for believing in me, and then was just I will give it to people who share my spirit. And it's, I don't know. It just felt, both those things just feel if I was your PR person, I would do a billion things better than that. Okay, do the thing.
Thank you so much, Maria, for the super chat. Thank you so much. We missed you last night too. I'm sorry I didn't tell anybody that I was just it was just a lot. I'm sorry. But thank you so much for being here today. I'm glad you were able to make it.
Yeah, we are, it's kind of nice, kind of changing things up and seeing if there are if there are people that can't make the time for some reason that can come in and enjoy this chat. So, but rich people don't need more money. No, it's that, yeah, they definitely don't. It's so interesting. I am taking this course right now, like through Coursera, which will give you a chance to take free courses in different places. There's literally a free course anyone can take, including me, including you. I'm taking it. That's like through Yale, like about the financial markets. And we're going to talk about that. And basically it just says, make money to give money away. Make the money. If investing and whatnot and building brands and building businesses and working is your thing, make money. And listen, and live comfortably. Don't, like, we don't have to be a monk about it, but don't just have all this wealth to sit on it, to die with it. Like, make it to give it away. And I guess I just said he gave $100 million, but he gave $100 million to someone who isn't like poor, nor does Van Jones, I think, run a charity. He's just going to give it to people he likes. And he's kind of like in the world of media and politics in such a way that I'm just like, what are these like organizations that are like on the ground doing things, that I think, whatever, God bless, that's my own personal opinion. The truth of the matter is, it's not my money, so it doesn't make a difference because it is his money. He can do whatever the hell he wants with it, just like Britney can. Waht. But I would like you to have a baby fund that is just $100 million thick,
Exactly. Let me just put this comment up here. The reason why I want to put this comment up here is because there was a lot of backlash. So he ended up saying, Jeff Bezos, I want to thank every Amazon employee and every Amazon customer because you guys paid for all of this. Seriously, for every Amazon customer out there and every Amazon employee, thank you from the bottom of my heart. It's very much appreciated. And there was a lot of kickback from some politicians and some, other famous folk stating that like Amazon warehouses are in like near I'm not going to even paraphrase this correctly, but basically people don't get breaks. They can't bring their cell phones on to work, or like they can't have their cell phones on them, and other things that like make the Amazon warehouse environment unbearable. And listen, let me tell you, I worked as a picker in an Amazon warehouse, and a week into it, I was like, oh, I cannot sustain this. Like, I have done too much in my life to be here working this. So I knew I was going to have to get another job or another position or something because it wasn't for me. But my personal experience with that wasn't, oh my God, this is horrible work. We got breaks. We got our 15-minute break or 10-minute break. We got our 30-minute lunch. And I got another 10-minute break, and I worked a 10-hour shift, but I only worked 4 days a week, which was part of like the whole thing, right? 40 hours a week. So I always get weirded out when people make comments like this because that was not my experience. So my husband worked for Amazon in IT. It was like working for a monster. We did have great men and they paid well, but it wasn't worth it. So I'm just like, I'm always interested in like people's experience because I'm like, especially in IT, because I know what IT does. And so I was like, I'm like, what was it? I want to know specifically. And then so like what other companies out there are doing it better. Like I know Google is great. Like as somebody who goes into like YouTube spaces, I see the workers there and they look like they're having a good ass time. So like, but I imagine the people who work in the Amazon like corporate office are having a good ass time too, right? So I just think it's so interesting when people, act like the Amazon warehouse is a factory like from the 70s where like, I don't know. It's a lot. But anyways, that's just I'm always interested in when people are like, oh, it was awful. I'm like, it's a warehouse. Like I didn't go into it expecting that I was going to be like fed every day and like, be able to sit down and like, I'm working in a technology company. I can't have my phone with me. I didn't see anything outside of and I worked there when they were getting paid $12 an hour for that work. And now people I know are getting paid like 16. They've upped it. So I'm just like, what is it that everyone expects? So it was just a lot of pushback from going to the moon or going into space that I didn't quite understand. Me as a brokey, as a poor, I don't understand this idea of like, oh, he's wrong or something. I don't understand it, but it's okay. That's fine. I don't have to understand. I'm just saying I don't understand it.
Oh, can I just say one thing? I seem to have made a mistake in saying that Van Jones does have charities. People are informing me. So,
Oh,
he was winning an award for community service, and obviously, I'm for some reason not very knowledgeable about Van Jones or Jose Andres's like charitable contributions. I guess my final comment about that moment is it felt very just like I just you're just giving this money to one person. I don't know. I guess we'll see. It's really the truth. It's not maybe something that I would have done, but at the same time, it's not my money, so you can do whatever they want.
I'm just putting up some comments.
Okay. I'm like so sorry about that.
Hi, Gigi.
Yeah. Okay, so what's next, my boo?
Hello. Sounded like a rich person trying to connect to regular folks. Okay. I mean, I guess I just don't expect that much from rich people. Again, and my whole outlook is like, I should just be rich. Like that's just my whole outcome. Patricia says Bezos is disconnected. His ex-wife Mackenzie Scott is donating so much money, including that to community college. Oh yeah, I mean it's great. They're building a distribution plant here in my city, and people are already trying to apply to get jobs there. I mean, like I said, I think it does. I was able to get a job there in like lickety split. So to me, it's kind of like it felt a need when I needed it. It filled a need when I needed it.
Yeah, I feel you.
And I knew that I wasn't going to be able to sustain that kind of work, mainly because I'm like, I went to school for 4 years, not to stand here and do the same thing repetitively over and over again. So I was being bougie about it. The reason why I needed to quit. But I was like, whatever you got to do to make your money to feed your family. Anywho, so the next thing that I want to talk about, which I find to be so interesting, and this was such a fun thing, is Thomas Markle, who is Meghan Markle's father, is going to petition a California court soon. He hasn't done it yet, in order to be able to see his grandchildren. He's estranged from his daughter, mainly because he did some questionable things right before their wedding. Be it he published photos of him and his daughter. He leaked things for monetary gain, and she just felt like, why would you do that to me? I'm your daughter. Like, even though we don't have a relationship, like, you're taking advantage of my newly found celebrity. Yeah. And I'm just like, but sir, you don't get to. What is a California judge? Oh, I mean, I guess they're in California now. So let me just back that up. But why is it that you need to petition to see your grandchildren? You don't have any rights to them. Chris?
Yeah. What is grandparents' rights? I don't know it. Like, in my mind, grandparents' rights is like, to me, it's like if you're as a grandparent, if you raised your grandchildren because your own children had some sort of issue and then therefore needed to go to the courts to have rights of visitation and or custody because, I don't know, the child's actual parents have some sort of either drug addiction or instability issue, that is one whole thing. Obviously, that's not what's happening here. You can't just try and get the courts to make someone give up rights to their own children, especially if their parents have actively not want you in their lives because you are their dad, mom. I mean, you can't make what a horrible thing. So anyway, yeah. And yeah, he also specifically sold a letter that she had written to him to the press, verbatim the letter. He's a horrible man. And her mom, she, has barely said anything to the press, and I think this is so abusive. I think it's so hard. I'm like, I wonder if someone's paying him to make her life a hell in some way, or is he just doing this all on the beauty of his own? One thing that Meghan Markle said, which I felt like was so sad, is she's like, when I had a baby like Archie and looked into Archie's eyes, I'm like, I would never do anything to hurt this child. So for her, it's so crazy to have a parent who can't see you as their vulnerable child, but instead sees you as a means to an end. It's really heartbreaking, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think so. Yeah, it's crazy because like he's just trying to, I guess, get the right to be able to see his grandchildren, which is like, no, it's not a right of yours. Like you didn't, no, it's not a right. It's not a right. Now, if you wanted to get custody because you feel like their children are in danger, that's one thing. But just to be able to see them, like, you can't keep my grandchildren from me. Yes, they
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Because you did not have that child, and legally, that child isn't your responsibility unless something happens to the parents, and then they would ask you if you want to take the child. But even then, there's no law that's like, oh, if something, you know what I'm saying? Like, kids go into foster care all the time, and they have grandparents who could take care of them, but don't want to or can't or whatever, right? It's not like it's a thing like that. It's very weird. It's very weird. So yeah, I thought that was interesting, and I just wanted to see what you guys thought about it. And yeah, so
Thumbs it up. Yeah. I guess I know that she's not petitioning for custody. I just don't understand grandparents' rights, I guess, in the sense, like, I can't believe you're going to try and petition even for visitation, any sort of situation where the parents are obligated to show their kids to someone who's not them is crazy to me.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Everyone, by the way, is saying, well, that you look so beautiful with or without a wig. And, you're not putting any of those comments up. But I'm going to tell the people that I've been reading them. And I'll tell you your face.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. So the next thing we're going to talk about is go ahead, Naomi Osaka. So she lit the cauldron at the 2021 Tokyo Olympics, the 2021 Olympics that are being held in Tokyo. And homegirl went back to I believe she was born in Osaka, Japan. Went back to Japan, to her native country, and lit the cauldron in some box braids. Come on, sis. Come through with the box braids. I was like, okay, Naomi. Okay. So very excited about that. Oh, 2020. What am I doing? Why is it? You know what? Is it not 2021? I know it was supposed to be held in Tokyo in 2020, but whenever I was looking it up, it wasn't held because of the coronavirus. And it got postponed to now. But now I'm seeing everything still say 2020 Olympics. And so I'm confused. Is it because they made all the stuff and then didn't want to remake stuff, so they just put 2020? I don't know. You guys tell me.
Can I just address one thing?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, DSJ. Yeah. I'm not confusing the issue. I guess my initial point was that was the only time in which grandparents I have seen use the court to try and get custody or visitation or any sort of experience or presence with their child. That's the only thing I've heard of it. I've never heard of a grandparent just trying to get the court to be like, I want some visitation time. So I was talking about the issue in general. I definitely know that Meghan Markle's dad's not trying to get custody of the kids or saying that they have drug abuse. Obviously, they don't. There's no petition for that. But I'm just saying that's the scope of like the experience I've had in it. Okay, my loves. Listen, we have heard so much crazy, changing the subject, Olympic situations from, honey, they're sleeping on cardboard beds. I mean, from all of the craziness that happened, like with, we talked about already with like, them not letting natural hair women swimmers have their caps, and not letting the Nigerian women run who had more T cells, I think, or not T cells, testosterone than other ones, and such a things. But in this situation, I personally feel like I get that being an Olympian is like amazing, for you and stuff, but they really don't make it easy for these premier athletes. Like in my mind, I'm like, okay, so you're telling me I can't smoke weed, even though I'm like, which is, even though it does nothing to impede or nothing to enhance my performance, that's fine. Like Sha'Carri, but like now you're saying that I have to travel to Tokyo, put my body through like the most grueling physical aspects of ever, and the mental stamina that goes into it. And I could sleep on a twin size cardboard box because you're saying that I can't even cuddle at night with someone that has, I don't know, a really great physique, and I would like a little physical intimacy because I'm putting my mind and body through it. I don't know. The Olympics are so crazy, you know, in how overreaching all of their guidelines are. I think that at the same time, I'm like, these are adults that are, you know, doing it. And by doing it, I mean impossible physical feats. They can't get a little canoodle. They got to sleep on a cardboard bed.
I didn't even hear that at all. So Saraya just says that it's not Nigerian, it's Gambian women. So just there's that. And then Lynn J said, let's see. I stopped watching around the time Michael Phelps was competing. I used to really look forward to watching. Now, meh. But yeah, so apparently not everybody in Tokyo is vaccinated. It's a little bit of not a delay, but there's I don't know how the NPR person who I was listening to said it, so I don't want to say it wrong because y'all are in the comments now just literally correcting every single move we are making as though we are newscasters who went to school for journalism, and you know, we're not giving the exact correct information. So I don't want to say it wrong, but they're slower on the uptake with the vaccines. Not sure if they just don't think the vaccines work, or not sure if they're still vetting it, not sure what the issue is, but Tokyo is still in kind of red alert with COVID-19. So there are some Japanese people who are like, we don't want this to happen. Like, this shouldn't be happening. But because Japan has already spent like $1 billion, and if it's not $1 billion, guys, I'm sorry. They spent a lot of money on this, and they've already delayed it. And it's a big thing for any country to have this kind of tourism or whatever. Oh my God, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate it.
Ooh, literally Lilia. I've never seen you before, my bae. Thank you.
Thank you so much for this super chat. So anyways, yeah. So it's costing a lot. So, you know, people wanted to go forward. There was a situation though, speaking of this, where one of the opening acts, it looks like, I think they said he was a director of something. He ended up getting fired because in 1998, he made a joke during one of his comedy routines acts. You know, I'm saying it like an old person, his comedy acts. And he said something about like the Holocaust. The statement was like, let's play Holocaust or something like that. And because of that, that has come back to bite him in the butt. He ended up getting fired because they didn't want anything to do with that. You know, I really feel like the 90s was the humor in the 90s. I mean, I'm watching The Nanny, as you guys know, or was watching The Nanny. And like, yeah, it's a fucking offensive. You know what I'm saying? But back then, was that joke uncouth? Absolutely. Any joke about any human atrocity is uncouth. However, during the time period, it may not have been as ostracized or seen. It would have just been seen as a joke, right? And so I don't know if I thought this person should lose their job for something that happened 20 years ago? 24 years ago, if my math is correct. What do you think?
Oh, I mean, yeah, no, you can't, I mean, it's just, it was, I mean, yeah, no, it was in poor taste, and you can't do it right now and on a global stage like that during this time. I mean, the Olympics have made so many decisions of past that's like not one of the harshest ones to me. I also read today that in the Paralympics, there is a blind, deaf swimmer who had to choose just to not go because, and one of the COVID guidelines with the Olympics is that no one can have anyone, right? Like no one can have anyone. And so for the like 16 people that are on the swim team, all those people just get one guardian or one assistant is what they said. But for this girl, she's like, no, I like have never been in this hotel. I don't know, Miley. I am blind and I am deaf, and I'm going to absolutely need someone to be with me at all times. Chiefly my mom. My mom is usually who's with it. She's my personal care assistant. And the Olympics were like, no. It just seems to me like, who are making these decisions? And I mean, I understand COVID is intense, but is the mother vaccinated? Or, I mean, can we just vaccinate the keep, and Carl, can we do the testing? Honey, she can't. God bless her. She's like a little Helen Keller swimmer. She's one of the best swimmers. She can't see or hear. I mean, come on. I don't know. That really hurt me too. I mean, I guess I'm really empathetic to the Olympians. And I just why are you guys making their lives so hard when they have already decided to undergo this incredibly impossibly hard physical feat?
Yeah, when I was listening to NPR, there was a reporter, a journalist, who was saying all the things that she had to do, which was obviously you have to get tested 72 hours or 48 hours before you even board the plane. You have to show that you got the vaccine. You had to show the testing that you got negative. And I think she had to take more than one so that there was not a false whatever, false reading. And then when she got there, it's like everybody was in a holding tank and they all got separated and they had to sign documentation stating that they had gotten the test, and they had another spit test while they were there. And then they got put into a hotel room. And sometimes it took up to 3 hours. Like a majority of the people, after they got off the plane, they were still in the airport for 3 hours going through copious COVID measures, you know what I'm saying? Then they all got put into hotel rooms where they had to stay quarantined for, I think, 7 days. I might be wrong. Maybe 3, sorry. And then they got tested every day while they were in quarantine. So it's a lot. Everyone is going through a lot in order to do this. So yeah, you're right. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a bit of business to the point where I'm just like, is it worth it? But I guess it is.
Yeah, I mean, the testing is one thing. In my very brief work that I've done in the Hollywood sets, there was a lot of testing, and that honestly, to be working and to be there, I don't mind the testing. I'm not going to complain about it because I'm happy that we're still moving forward during, I'm happy to be there. But at the same time, yeah, there's something about the cardboard beds and all of the bureaucratic protocol that almost feels like the Olympians are a little Fry Festival a little bit, where I'm like, why does it feel like there's no organization? You don't have any capacity to understand how people might want to enjoy some comforts, and you're making all of this money. I mean, it's a huge corporation. Anyway, another hot topic I didn't put on the agenda because either of us really truly don't care about sports. There's a lot of talk right now because the NFL has made it mandatory for Zone 1 people to to Zone 1 people, including the coaches, and to be able to interact with the players, to have been vaccinated. And there's NFL coaches that no longer are going to be working and stuff like that. So, yeah. So I wonder where we're going to go with. Yeah, I wonder. It's also interesting what the protocols are. Anyway, yeah,
it is interesting. So in some light pop culture news, it looks like Adele might be dating this super awesome, his name is Rich, I can't remember, Rich Paul, which is so interesting because he is rich. He is a sports agent. He's a sports agent. Also, happenstance, the childhood friend of LeBron. I love how LeBron is low-key surrounding himself by people he grew up with or went to high school with. Because I watched The Shop on HBO, and one of the hosts of it is a friend he's known since high school. So he's really, really putting his people on, or at least the people around him have come up with him. And whether or not he put them on, they're still, this orbit, this sphere of people who are doing well. And this man is now dating Adele, apparently, allegedly. They were seen courtside at a game together while she was laughing and looking great. And yeah, it's a word on the streets, you know what I'm saying? So I really do. I like Adele. I love her, you know what I'm saying? The article I read called her a pop goddess. And I was like, thank you for calling her that. Even though like a songstress. Like Adele is like, listen, Amy and Adele got me through 2005, 6, 7, and 8. You know what I'm saying? Like, just they are the best to me. So anyways, there's that. That's a cute little thing that's happening.
I love her eyebrows and her wait. Can we put the picture back up again? Okay. Or is that hard to do?
That's not.
Okay. I want to talk about Waht. Do you like her eyebrow shade to hair shade?
Yeah, I think Adele's pretty. I've always thought she was pretty.
Yeah, no, I mean, she looks so different than when we saw her at the Hollywood Bowl. It was with you, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, sorry. Just so you know, in my mind, I was.
No.
I don't know who I was with. But I saw the Hollywood Bowl when she like obviously a billion years ago, and she just kept forgetting the lyrics to her songs. It was still so cute. Okay. Yeah, like her, I love her eyebrows. I love the shade of her hair. Look at the little pop of like even extra blonde around her face. I mean, who makes that bag?
I like this like not tie-dye, but like bleach stained. It's like it could be bleach. Yeah, it could be bleach or it could be cowhide. I like it.
Do you like her nails? They're like French with like coffin shaped.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's a Louis. It's a Louis Vuitton. I can see you can see
the embossing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I was trying to read the label for so long. I like let my eyes actually like, oh, God, let's take everything in, like her hoops. Oh, we got a super chat. Patricia.
Thank you so much for the super chat, Patricia.
Yeah, that's so nice. And Patricia, you're always so lovely. I want to like give a little shout out to Rickety Wren, who I mean, honey, do you work for the Olympics? I mean, she is on that Olympic side. I'm just kidding with you. Ha ha ha. Okay, I love you so much. I love everyone for everyone is being very vocal and being very commentary or whatever. It's like a little like hot room right now. I mean, like, who knew Friday? People want to come in and get their kicks, honey. I couldn't appreciate Adele until later because from 2005 to 2011, I was an emo kid. And that, she's, okay, emo music, but like, because
like
whatever.
Chemical Romance.
Like, but it's like she couldn't be more emo, you know, if you think about it. Okay.
Chemical Romance, was it a lot of Paramore? I don't know if Paramore's, was it a lot of like Panic at the Disco and maybe some, what's that group called? I mean, this is
Evanescence. Oh,
that's not what I was going to say, but yeah, if you want to throw Evanescence in, yeah. What was that group called? Not Panic at the Disco. The people who made Panic at the Disco. Pete, somebody, you know? Am I more than you thought before? Yeah.
Wasn't that the person that was married to Ashley Simpson?
Yeah. Yes. And it's before Evan. What's the group? You guys, come on.
Party at the
No. It's like
Fall
Out Boy. Thank you, Jesus. I loved their first album. I don't know why I can't remember it.
Look at all the people just like
Yeah, I owned that first album. I loved it. I love the singer's voice, and that's not even the guy who was writing the music. The guy who was writing the music is a guitar player. Okay, thank you for that. Yes, Fall Out Boy. Woo!
I scream so loud. I'm so sorry, you guys. Look how excited I get.
Okay. Fit Food Review is like, who? Pete wins? Yes, Pete wins. Thank you guys. This is the kind of love and support we need from you guys. Like when we forget a word, or like this is what we need. That
happens all the time.
I love it. Dashboard Confessional. Baby, I was all about Dashboard Confessional and Kings of Leon before they went mainstream. A lot of Fiona Apple too. Hey!
Oh, I mean, Angelica, just so you know, I could talk about Fiona Apple all goddamn day. I know you don't even understand. I know every moment, every lick, every musical choice she's ever made. I'm obsessed with her. Anyway, but I want to take, we're going to go, I don't know if it's on the docket, but I'm assuming it is. Can I make a transition?
Sure.
So Gigi underneath Angelica's comment says, we need a new Adele album, but I don't want her to have to go through a heartbreak to write it. Honey, I get it. Speaking of new albums, in the last 2 weeks, because I went to follow Deux Moi is an Instagram account that like is very pop culture gossipy, anon please, sightings of things and gossip tidbits. And all last week they're like, major billionaire rapper's gonna, release an album, and it was like very obvious that it was Kanye the whole time. So I've been like, we all been, but then like, yeah, the news came out that like he was gonna release an album, and then the different listening parties that were set up, and honey, he released Donda, which is how you say his mom's name, who's no longer with us, who died tragically, just like Cher Horowitz's mom died from Clueless, which is on the operating table. Okay. But everyone says that this album has the energy and some of the sounds that like 808s and Heartbreak did, which for a lot of Kanye fans love a lot of his albums, like from College Dropout, like stuff from back in the day. But 808s and Heartbreak have like obviously like a certain je ne sais quoi, if you will. And so anyway, he had a party in Atlanta, like a listening party where he played the album, and some of the notable things that happened were that Kim was there, God bless, and she brought Chloe, God bless, but the kids, that makes sense. And they wore matching outfits, that's fine. But also B, Jay-Z has a track with him. And so people were like losing their goddamn mind. And also, yes, he broke down during one of the songs and like, like is very emotional. He's that kind of person. So, yeah, that's my transition into this topic. Why?
Yeah, I also saw something on Instagram that I was like, not Game of Thrones, but Watch the Throne came out 10 years ago. And I said, I know where I was when Game of Thrones came out. And I remember when it hit, I was at work. We were all
Game of Thrones or Watch the Throne. I love you so much.
We Watch the Throne. We were all listening to it. And like, I really made a concerted effort to like learn the songs and be a part of that like movement. And, we were all talking. So, well, anyways, it just made me feel old in that moment. But yeah, there's that. I haven't listened to the song Donda. But yeah. Let's see. The next thing on the docket is on sad news. Keisha Cole's mother passed away.
Frankie.
I don't know much about Keisha Cole, but I know that they had the reality show for a bit. So she, it's a long time. I mean, it's really sad. It's really sad.
Yeah, she obviously had been fighting like the disease of addiction for many years, and
okay.
And supposedly, I read that that ultimately she succumbed to that. I think it was around her birthday. So, yeah, just
that's so sad. Let's see what else. There's a picture. Oh yeah. So the last topic we're going to talk about is this picture. Just take it.
I sent this to you. Okay. I think she's adorable, and I'm not making, but I'm a daughter. Here's the thing. I want to talk about this, but I don't want anyone to think that I'm like saying that she's a beautiful child. I'm going to talk about this because we are the perfect people to talk about this, because we are two daughters, me and Waht, that we copy and pasted our father's faces onto ourselves that we have grown into. Do you understand? And I just feel like from one copy and pasted daddy face on a daughter to another, girl.
Yeah.
That's her baby. That's his baby. Sorry.
Yeah. And it's so funny because Coco actually posted a picture of her when she was younger. And I can definitely see, Chanel's face in Coco. But it was like, I remember being like, oh, they do look alike. And then every single time I've seen Chanel after that, I'm like, but that is obviously Ice-T's face. Like, there's obviously the face of Ice-T. And, you know, Coco ends up getting a lot of backlash because she's still breastfeeding Chanel. And they're very close. And Chanel, when she falls asleep, she'll just like literally fall asleep, like grabbing her mother's boob, like to sleep. And Coco really loves the fact that she has this very, very close relationship. Yeah. This very, very close relationship. I mean, just how she's holding the breast is so, it's like literally cupping it.
Yeah, like a pillow. She's like, you know, I'm just like smushing the pillow, like.
And so it's just so cute to me that, you know, that Coco is putting like literally everything into this relationship with her daughter and making sure that they are best friends. They're always matching. And it's, yeah, I like Coco. I follow her because I find it so interesting. I'm having a hard time. I don't know if it's respectability politics. I have sometimes a hard time reconciling just how sexual she is and like, and then how normal she is as a mother. Like, I'm always like, this is, those two buckets are different buckets for me. And I'm like, what is Nicole gonna, I mean, I keep calling her, no, her name is Chanel Nicole. I keep calling her Nicole. Chanel, I always am just like, what is she gonna do when Chanel just like wants to be sexy at 16? Like, what is she, like, what is that relationship gonna be like if Chanel wants to also be a booty model or, you know, go into that field? I mean, listen, it made Coco all of her money. I'm not saying that she's wrong for doing it, but I just am so like interested if she will steer her child away from that or be fully supportive no matter whatever. Like I'm such a box and category individual and I'm trying to get out of it and I don't know how. So I follow Coco because I'm like, I need to get out of this like box of like her doing fetish stuff and like all kinds of stuff and then having a baby on her boob. You know what I mean? Like a 5-year-old, so, you know, whatever. So anyways, it's just like, just those are my thoughts. But anyways, yeah, so I root for them and I think they're so cute as a mommy and daughter, as a mommy and daughter duo. Okay, so we are at 52 minutes and I actually don't have anything that I'm into. Chris, do you have anything that you're into this week?
Yes.
Okay, what do you have?
Sorry, I have 2. Just things I bought. Okay, you know how I like this with them. Oh, actually, I only have 1. Okay. I bought this. Oh. Honey, I'm one of the reasons why Jeff Bezos went right to the space. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the reasons why he was able to give the $100 million to Van Jones. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell you that I'm like I don't want anyone to think that I have to be some sort of like angel. I'm not, and I use Amazon. Okay, do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, so by that I mean this is what I was going to say that I'm into, which is. And I actually updated my Amazon store where I put everything that I've ever bought from Amazon that I like. Okay. And so you can think of me whatever way you want to think of me. But that is what I've done. And this is one of the things I like from my Amazon store, which is I don't care, a travel sunglass case where you can travel, put all your glasses in this, and it gets real small and you can travel with it. It's so nice. It's so easy. It's pretty. And I like it. I have 2. One's black. That one's way nicer. I've traveled with it. It's great. I put because I have like, you can get one. I just bought a bunch of new glasses. Like as I buy glasses like to actually read. Sorry, these are sunglasses that I usually am there, but I also need reading glasses and I just got like 5 new pairs, like 3 pairs of reading glasses and maybe like 2 pairs of prescription sunglasses. Maybe like I got 4. And so, as well as like all my like just cheap sunglasses, you know, I love a sunglass. So just to be able to have things you can travel with and just like carry them in is like really nice and really, really easy. So listen, we vote with our money and we want to make good choices in life. And sometimes we can't do everything well because there's like the perfect angel, sorry, I don't know why I say angel. The perfect angel, right, is like self-sufficient, honey. This person never uses any plastic. They've never taken a shopping bag, honey. They like recycle everything or they recompost, honey. They don't use like, a lot of light. They don't have any Bitcoin, honey. They don't ever like, they barely have any trash. They barely ever buy clothes. It's all about like secondhand. Like this is no vegan, like, or like no leather, like I don't know where you're going to put yourself in the way in which you can be a sustainable like asset to the world. And I'm not saying Amazon shopping is the way to do it, but there are certain things that I think for comfort that we've done and gotten used to. And, Amazon shopping is one. So I understand that like people think that Jeff Bezos is a nightmare and a horrible person. And people think the same thing about Elon Musk, but I will say that like, beep beep, is that my bestie and a Tessie? Anyway, guys, I want to give you another opportunity to like this video, so anyway. And of course, if you like, for any reason, want to go to my Amazon store, I do have that where I put everything I've ever liked. Anyway, this has been a fun, just like re-meeting of minds. And I truly can't believe how many like names I have never seen before, just like chatting away. It makes me so happy. I like new peeps,
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I'm sorry I don't have anything I'm into right now. I'm into, Stash black iced tea. I've actually just made it iced, but it's regular. Okay, so I'm into chai tea. And my favorite brand that makes the brand that makes the chai that I like the most is Stash. I don't want Twinings. I don't want Bigelow. I don't want any of the other brands. Okay, either I'm making it from scratch with some cinnamon, some cardamom pods, some jaggery, and some black pepper and some cloves, or I'm drinking Stash. I don't want Tazo. I don't get it. I don't buy chai tea from any place that makes it because A, it's always sweetened and it's not the right flavor palette of chai. I like a chai that has more of a cinnamon taste to it and less of a black pepper or like, a black pepper taste. And listen, you may not know the difference, but I can taste it. So anyways, I always carry it with me everywhere I go. Anytime I go to anytime I travel. And even then, I can only have it with like distilled water or purified water. Like I can't just take it from the tap and boil some water and use that because it tastes different. It tastes more metallic. I specifically have to have like bottled water warmed up in order to get the right flavor that I need from this chai tea. So today, before I had this, before I, was getting ready, I brewed myself some chai tea and then added ice to it before I came upstairs. So that's what I'm into. Stash chai tea. I also enjoy Stash double chai tea.
Well, what's the difference there? Wow, what?
It just tastes more cinnamony. And not sweet cinnamon. Like it just tastes more warm and cuddly. I like to add a little milk to it sometimes, like to thicken it up. I'll do like a little almond milk because I like the consistency of almond milk better. So yeah.
Have you ever, okay, first of all, have I ever made you a Ticino latte?
I believe I've had one from Real Food Daily back in the day, and I don't think it.
You didn't like it?
Mm-mm.
Oh God, I think Ticino is so good. And when you talk about like the cloves and stuff, it has all that, but it also has like things like chicory root and dates or whatever. I forgot that we both worked at that place. Anyway, yeah. So that's exactly why I know about it. And I've had it I love it. I love oat milk with it. I love oat milk. Almond milk is great though too. It's just it's so creamy, like an iced latte with, oh my God, oat milk really feels like the most decadent decadence. Like talk about Adele's like Louis V bag, honey. That's nothing compares to a yummy iced oat milk latte. That's decadence. That's luxury. That's rich.
I get the shaken espresso almond milk and like chocolate malt from Starbucks. It's really good.
Oh.
They also have a brown sugar oat, which they seem to have run out of in the state of California. That's really good too. All right, you guys. So I'm a macadamian milk oil. Macadamian milk? I didn't know that was such a thing. I'm going to try to look for that. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. We love you guys. Love the support. Thank you for coming in on a Friday evening, wherever you are, either 8 p.m. in New York time or 5 p.m. California time. And we hope that you guys have a fantastic week. Remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye.
And you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter. My name is Chris Farah. I am at Chris L. Farah. Or go to my private Facebook group. It's called Vanity Farah. Anyways, guys, what a day. And we love you so much. And we thank you, and subscribe and give a thumbs up high and a thumbs up here. And a thumbs up there. Ooh. Anyway, take care of yourselves and one another. Stand up for what you believe. And make art. All right. Happy weekend. Go out there. Get it.
Watch Live After Lockup. It's going to be great. All right. I'll be going live tomorrow.
Oh, good, because people were mad at you. People were like, I guess Waht's not doing Live After Lockup. So yeah, you're going to go live tomorrow for Live After Lockup. People were talking about it.
Oh, I didn't see them.
Okay.
I mean, I was traveling, so I didn't watch last week, and I didn't go live because I was traveling. And then this week, I'm up to date. I'll get up to date. Thank you guys. Have a fantastic day. Bye.